Yo, we finna react to 6 plus size people versus 1 fake. This is about Jubilee.
Welcome to the Creator Launchpad. We want to see your idea for a new original show concept. So get together with your friends and shoot an episode. We'll watch your video, and if we love it, we'll hire you to join our team and direct more episodes. Click on the link in the description below for more information.
Does everyone
Damn.
here wear jeans? Like just
Yeah.
yeah. Where do you guys buy your jeans from?
That honestly depends. I've had some luck. I mean, I present more masculine, so a lot of the times I will like resource to Old Navy. I'll just kind of go there and like get one of the bigger pairs. I actually did just get a pair from Old Navy like a couple weeks ago, and I love it, but it's a little big in the waist, so I do have to take it in. I'm probably gonna tailor it though. So, but I do love Old Navy's jeans, especially their men's section.
I don't really wear jeans, but I think the only two pairs that I own are from Shein.
I feel like it depends what style I'm going for.
True.
Like for fitted jeans, I definitely think
See, as a like, I will probably be out first round, bro, because I wouldn't know.
like good
I wouldn't even know what to
Americans
say.
might go to. Obviously, they're like on the higher end of like pricing wise, but they like make my ass look great.
Well, that's the thing. Also, like getting the confidence to actually wear what you want, it took me forever. So when I actually did, I'm still in the mentality when I was like 16, 17 and I could fit in a medium. So I'm like, oh, I can't go to the same stores. Like I can't go to a mall and buy clothes anymore.
I would say 2 years ago, I would go to like Goodwills and Value Villages, but that has become a lot harder as of late.
The reason that I chose to do this was mainly
I don't know if he gonna pull it off,
because it meant a lot to me to share the idea of like, as you transition away
but he's starting off good though. Goodwill.
from being in a bigger body to potentially being in a skinnier body, that is not something that like makes you harder working or better at like achieving some sort of goal. And
Hey, y'all make sure y'all hit that follow button for me too. If y'all join the streams and stuff, I do a lot of reactions. I do gameplay too, but right now we doing reactions. It's Valentine's Day, bro. I got to get out.
the other person or another person that you may see.
I do reactions. I do music requests. I do a whole bunch of stuff too.
I was gonna be very truthful and speak on every kind of experience that I had leading up to today. I wanted to make sure that what I was saying was stuff that I lived through. I think putting on a character would be disrespectful to the other people that were here today.
I just thrift most of my clothing, and like I have a tailor for my pants anyway.
Shout
Like
out
back
to the
in,
tailors.
yeah, 100%. Especially when I'm back home. I'm 15 minutes outside of New York City, so I usually just commute in there. There's this one thrift store, I don't know if anybody's been, called the L Train, and like that is really good for carrying bigger sizes. Back in my actual hometown, I can go to my tailor very easily. It's like a 5-minute drive from my house.
Okay.
Yo, everybody that's in here, make sure y'all hit that follow button for me. It's much appreciated, bro. We growing over here, building the community.
So I thrift cheaper, saves energy, and like it feels way easier.
There is no way he's gonna go pay like $15 for jeans, then go pay $45. Like I get it, as a plus size person, tailoring for some things, great. But I could not believe for a second that he is tailoring every set. And I was like, he is not fat anymore.
She on him. She on to him. It's over
I
with.
shop at Ross a lot, or Marshalls, and
Shit, I shop at Ross and Marshalls, TJ Maxx, all that.
finding jeans is hard. It's a hit or miss. Sometimes at Ross they'll have bigger sizes, sometimes they don't. But if it says stretch, then I'm usually good on it.
I actually didn't even share where I got my jeans from. I realized that. I usually shop at like American Eagle. Jeans in general are like a struggle to find. Either they fit your thighs and they don't fit your waist, or they fit your waist and it's a struggle.
Dang, that's tough.
I did feel, I guess, invalidated in a point, because they were talking about, brands and, and stuff that I can't really afford. So I thought my answer of, oh, I shop at Ross because that's what I could afford, I thought that's what.
I mean, like Ross is like super cheap. It is cheap though, but it ain't super cheap though.
But kind of eliminated me.
I mean, American Eagle
I
got
was gonna
sales.
say,
Like all
if
these
any of you
places
guys
they
did
say
any
got
form of, like,
sales.
performance as a kid, and I know we were talking about how some of us were models before, sorry about names, but how that affected you growing up, and how like the idea of performing and being on stage was definitely more difficult for you than your peers.
That is an awesome question.
Well, you start since there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was on the math team for my elementary school, which was like very fun and I enjoyed it a lot. But before our first meet, when we were doing practices and such, they gave us the vest sizes, and
Oh,
I remember putting on
no.
the largest vest size that they had, and it clinging to my skin and making me very uncomfortable. And I
Wow.
walked into the bathroom, and I was looking at myself in the mirror, and I was like, I can't do this, and I quit.
Dang, that's tough, bro. That's
And
tough.
it really frustrated me that I let that take away.
But I feel like certain situations should like motivate you to, you know what I'm saying? Like quitting ain't gonna never get you nowhere. So certain situations should motivate you to either get over, like I ain't gonna say get over because that's easier said than done. But you know what I'm talking
It
about?
meant
Like
a lot to me.
you gotta
That was definitely,
strive
like, my
through
first
that. You
experience
gotta
with,
work
like,
through that.
It is very difficult for me that outside elements are going to take who I am and make that a
Facts.
form of a problem.
As a woman in a plus size theater community, it's like I always got the funny roles or the really unattractive roles. And I'm like, I'm big, that doesn't mean I'm hilarious. Like,
Girl, we could talk
True,
about this
facts.
forever.
yeah, so that's
Yeah.
super powerful because performing and becoming into
I mean, she not like I understand, but she not like super big either though. Like she decent.
yourself, you either have to be overly confident and fake it till you make it, or it will tear you down. So I'm very sorry that that happened to you.
How do we all identify? Do we identify, like, what do we use to label ourselves if you have one?
PHAT. Thank you.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
Ah,
I have a weird feeling about that one for some reason.
Really?
I like to
Because I'll say
PHAT.
fat, and then people be like, "Oh my God, fat!" And then I'll be like, "It's not inherently a bad
No,
word.
not a
It's
taboo
an
word. That's the
adjective."
biggest-
I
That's
say
the
fat all
thing.
the
No, but it
time.
is kind of taboo because
It is
oh,
because
yeah.
people will use it to judge you, like, "Oh, you're fat," and then if somebody else say I'm fat, like it is.
I'm
I
fat.
understand.
Don't say that. You're beautiful. I am gorgeous, but I am fat.
Yeah.
It's oh my
Facts.
god,
Yeah,
bro.
I'm sorry, I misspoke.
I was
People
like,
treat it like it's
right,
taboo, and
right.
that's
So
the
it's
issue, really.
it's two truths. I'm like,
Exactly, yeah.
I feel beautiful, but I am fat. Being fat or plus
Facts.
size.
Being fat do not mean you ugly, bro. It's a lot of beautiful fat women, bro.
Does not mean that we're not active.
Fat people.
That we're not nice people.
You
that
hear
we're
me?
not worthy. It really sucks when people treat you differently because you're a size 18 rather than a size 2 or 4.
When I, like, for
Facts.
example, great example. I went Halloween shopping, and it's really hard because, like, first and foremost, trying to find the plus size costumes, they're like, oh, it's just kind of integrated everywhere. And it's like, realistically, you have 200 costumes here, but only like 10 are for plus size. Then I go on to
Facts.
the other costumes, and I was like, oh, my choice is to be like a duck or a,
Yo, fucking duck is crazy, bro. Duck is crazy, bro.
the plus size nun costume covered boobs, knees, everything, but the skinny costume for the other nun was like tits out for Harambe.
Exactly.
And I'm like,
Oh, wow.
so I literally, like, my choice is like be a bubble bath or a duck, and I'm like, I need a plus size section when I walk into somewhere because we have
Be a
not
bubble
progressed
bath.
in human society.
There was this
I was-
brand
sorry.
that that had this big campaign saying they were launching extended sizes, and then it came out and it was like completely different than the straight sizes, and I'm like, we are just asking for the same thing.
Why
in
do
a
they get
size.
cocktail dresses and I get moon?
Literally.
Ooh. Ooh.
Shut the up.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yo! Oh my God!
I didn't know it.
Who voted me out?
I am equally.
That's tough.
I'm psychic. I know. One of you was on to something.
If you think the mole is still in the box and you wish to continue playing the game, please raise your hand.
I think the odd one out is probably somebody who lived as a fat
It
person
used to be, yeah.
but lost the weight. But usually a lot of the times people that do grow up fat or go through weight loss journey, they end up being more fat phobic. That's not in all cases. It's not in all cases, but it
I understand what she's saying because they feel like, oh, if I did it, you can do it. If I lost the weight, you can lose the weight too. Get off your ass. Stop being late. I understand what she's talking about,
like
bro.
it does happen a lot.
Turning it on that, like, I really do think that in my personal experience, people that go from being in a bigger body into like becoming skinny feel some sort of resentment, especially because I think they tie achievement to what they've done.
Yeah,
for some reason. Like,
exactly,
there's this
exactly.
very big principle of like, look at what I've done.
Yeah.
And they push this like American dream-esque mentality of like,
Yeah,
like
and
genuinely like I worked
exactly.
hard and I did this. And it's like, well, not everybody wants to do that.
And
Not
like
everybody
that's fine.
like,
That's fine.
yeah.
If you want to lose weight, do that. But you don't need to like project that onto everyone else. And I would think if you were somebody who lived that experience as a fat person, you would understand.
You should understand. You should understand the struggle and how hard it is to achieve it. So you shouldn't.
I've met many
But-
guys who were like, I used to
I ain't
be
gonna lie
big.
though. I understand them wanting to help their old community get better, but you can't force people. You can't shove it down people's throat. You feel me?
So I understand that being smaller is more desirable, and it's just like this conversation just rubs me the wrong way because I've been met with so many people who think like that, and like the worst person I dated was very fat phobic, and they used to be bigger and they lost weight, and they were like shaming me about my body, being like, you know, we'd have better sex if you were smaller and all that shit. Like,
Oh, that's crazy. My boy just don't know how to go crazy in the room,
body
boy.
being like, you know, you'd have better sex if you were smaller. and
Yo,
all that
that's
shit.
crazy.
Like, oh my god.
No, 100,
This-
and it's the connotation, right? Like, yeah.
Yeah.
My boy don't know how to go
Because they,
crazy.
quote, sorry,
Fat
I was
is
gonna,
bad.
well, I was gonna throw up air quotes, but we all blindfolds on.
Yeah.
Because they like put in the work,
Yeah.
that part being in air quotes, and like became
Yeah.
Into a skinnier body.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, there's this
Wait,
idea like
yeah.
you aren't working as hard.
Yeah.
But, not everybody, but again, not everybody
Yeah.
wants to work that
Facts.
hard.
Exactly.
quote, unquote.
Can we also
Facts.
go down the line and maybe just say if we have been fat or plus size most of our life, or if
Oh,
it, you know.
actually, that's great because I wanted to say for me it was a little bit different. Growing in South America, there isn't a lot of overweight people, obese people, and I've always been curvy, so to speak. And I was fine, but I was still like, you know how they say I spent my skinny years thinking I was fat? So I moved to the
Oh.
US when I was 16, and I started gaining weight. You know, the life here is different.
See, I swear they be saying that like they always call US people like obese and overweight, bro. Why, bro? And then she come with this story. It's crazy.
When I was 16, and I started gaining weight. You know, the life here is different. I wasn't as active. I wasn't doing sports anymore. And then I was on birth control. So for me, it was hormonal imbalance that made me gain a lot of weight. But it
Birth control would definitely do it to you, bro. I've seen it blow up so many people. It's crazy, bro. I don't understand it because I'm not a woman, but it's crazy, bro.
really
I've seen it.
sucked. And, you know, in my own skin, I'm going to start crying. I'm sorry. You know, like being skinny and like now you're fat and like everybody treats you different.
I think it's difficult too because you know, I grew up fat. I've been fat my entire life, and I've always envied in a way like I've always wondered what it would be like to live in a thin body and how people treat you differently. Like I've dreamt about it, and I
That's
think that is
crazy.
really difficult when you like exactly like I understand what you're saying. Like you've lived both, and it's hard because you know from people who haven't, it's just we can't even
You don't even
fathom.
understand.
Yeah.
Speaking
Yeah.
into the whole
That's crazy.
skinny years, feeling like you're fat, I definitely relate to that. I'm a bulimia survivor. I was bulimic for about 8 years, and I also played volleyball and it was in theater and stuff like that. And the only reason I stopped throwing up and binging and purging is because I was losing my voice, and I love to sing,
That's crazy, bro.
and I got nodes.
Oh, no, that's the
Oh,
worst.
shit.
Oh, my God.
I went from mezzo soprano to mezzo alto.
Are we all crying now?
Pretty much. But yeah, like if it didn't affect my voice,
Damn.
I don't know if I would have stopped.
Yo, this stuff is tough, bro.
It really broke my heart after, you know, having to vote people out who in my heart I knew were fat. To just feel invalidated, that sucks. That really sucks.
Dang.
What?
Got her out of there.
Because I wasn't crying. I'm sorry, y'all.
So the eliminations is something that we're wrestling with. Do you feel like
She said, because I wasn't crying. I'm sorry.
it took away from the experience?
See, exactly my point, bro. Because she ain't ugly. She ain't ugly at all.
It was just like being in the space where we were sharing our stories and everything felt so heartfelt, but it's just a game. But overall, it was really awesome.
she
to be
crying
in
right
this
now?
Space and have these conversations that don't happen often if you don't have fat friends to talk about them with. As someone who grew up
Facts.
very self-conscious and didn't know where to look and turn to see people like me, I take that on as an adult to speak about these things and have these conversations that we're still confused about.
If you think the mole is still in the box and you wish to continue playing the game, please raise your hand.
I swear to God, if anyone's lying, oh my God, I'm so
For real.
pissed.
If the lights turn green, that means you have voted the mole out.
Ah, my boy
If
won.
the
That's
lights turn
crazy.
red, that means the mole is still in the box and you lose. 1, 2, 3.
Oh no.
We lost.
Ah,
On the count of 3,
he talking about some. Oh,
everyone
what?
can take off their blindfolds. 1, 2, 3.
I knew it.
Yeah, she was on them since round 1, bro. She called it round 1.
I
Knew
wow.
it. I told a heartfelt story about dating someone fat phobic. You guys voted me.
Okay, can we talk about 1,000,001 reasons why it was Derek?
Okay, the only one that got me was like the theater. Like I really could relate with that. So I obviously
Same.
know that
No,
you like you really
that
were
was
through
your
that.
biggest
I
red
think
flag.
that was true.
No, it was
I
true. That's what I'm
promise
saying.
That's an
Gave me
important
away
thing.
was
Nothing.
gave you away was
There's
that
not a single.
you
Yeah.
were
So when
Yeah,
I
see, I don't think he's lying, but he's just so like.
was in 4th grade, I was 4 feet tall. I was 144 pounds, and my doctor told me that I was morbidly obese, and it was a very like self-image wrecking
Damn.
thing for me because he used language that made it seem like I needed to
Yeah, like I was just gonna say, saying that to a kid is crazy.
change as opposed to just assessing where I was. Like I said, everything that I talked about before was true, but when we were talking about people being incredibly fat phobic that go through a transition of being in a bigger body and then ending up quote unquote skinnier, that experience for me was I mistook the pain that came with not having self-love as being associated with a number on a scale. And as I kept moving the goalposts further and further away from myself and saying like, this will be when I'm happy with myself, and this will be the time in my life where I like the way I look, and once I do this, I'll be happy with myself.
Right.
I was no happier than when I started. I just kept being further and further from a goal that I was changing. I am happy not because of the way that my body looks, but because I can have self-acceptance, and that's a very difficult journey for anybody to go on, and me losing any form of weight
Facts,
played no
bro.
factor in that. I hope that in watching this
Self-acceptance.
video, somebody can learn that the horrible stereotype that they have of plus-size people, whether that be that they're lazy or sluggish or they don't eat right or they're not healthy, there are people that are plus-size that are faster than you. There are people that are plus-size
Facts. I've seen it.
that are in better conditions than the average human being. I was definitely plus-sized for a long period of my life, and I still feel the residuals of like the way people treat you for being in a plus-size body, like to this day.
This is the first time that I'm hearing a lot of these things. Because at least for me growing up, it wasn't like being bullied or anything like that. It was just like my own mind attacking myself. Like seeing in the mirror
Right.
and be like, oh my God, you're fat. You need to lose weight. Outside of that,
You know what's crazy? It's a lot of people that do that. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I be doing that sometime, okay? I be like, dang, I can lose a little weight. I can get my, cause I had like, I'm telling you, I used to have an 8-pack. I used to box. I used to play basketball, football, baseball. I used to be ripped.
like the bullying.
You
and
get
name
older, it's
calling,
like,
I didn't
huh?
see any of that. So like hearing you guys, like that's a lot. I couldn't tell like how I had an eating disorder when I was younger and how I overcame that, and then I slowly started drifting back to it, and I'm trying to lose weight now in a more healthy manner. So I wish I could have told that story to the group.
I'm sorry to anybody that shared something personal and then like because of this feels like they were lied to or abused. Like I came into the game with the idea of just having fun, and I promised myself like I'm not gonna lie a single time that when I speak. It's like I didn't want to like come in here and build a character.
I hope people who watch this video,
That was fire.
whether no matter what size you
She
are,
ain't ugly either. You
I
feel
think
me?
it's important that we're just kind to people and treat everyone with respect.
I hope everybody just takes away like empathy. You never know what someone's going through. You never know why someone's plus size. I don't know who made the rules, but we can create our own rules now, and I hope that everyone in the comments and everyone who's watching takes that away and just tries to be a better person, more understanding person.
I can feel that.